Hey, chat, my friends. Day number 22 of my voluntary self-quarantine. Today was a fairly uneventful day for me. It looked like it was beautiful outside, but I did not leave this tiny little apartment one time. I toughed it out in here. I actually did quite a few things that I really wanted to do. I read a book, and I watched a movie. There's a really cool website. It's called Eastern European Movies I don't know if it's .com or whatever. So I started watching this. What was it? Some people recommended it. It's an old Yugoslavian movie about a similar situation to the corona here, this pandemic. Oh my God, Viola. I don't know. But anyway, with that website, it's really frustrating. It says free. I start watching it and you get to like 20 minutes and then it says you have to purchase an account or something with Eastern European films or something. But anyway, it was really good. So I'm going to go ahead and break down and purchase it because there's a lot of really good Yugoslavian movies and stuff on there that I really wanted to see. And that's what really I did. I conversed with some folks today and that was the extent of it. It's official. I'm not going to the United States of America because today at 11 a.m. the U.S. Embassy messaged everybody here, all the Americans who signed up. They messaged me at 11 a.m. They said, if you want to go tomorrow at 7 a.m., you must reply by noon. Fill out this form. So I did not fill out the form, so I'm here with you Serbians. And also there's two other folks. Actually, there's more. But today I want you to watch here. Each video is 5 minutes long. I've got two Americans that are here in Serbia. They were kind enough to send me a short video on who they are, where they're from, what they're doing here in Serbia, what they like about Serbia. I think you're going to love them. I did. A young man by the name of Morgan. He's in Novi Pazar, Serbia. And there's a young lady by the name of Taylor. She's in Uzice, Serbia. So they're really close to each other. But check out their stories. You're going to love them. Ciao.
Dobar dan, moje ime je Taylor. Ja sam iz Texasa. And for those of you who don't know where Texas is, it is a state in the United States. Yeah, so I have just come on here to kind of say a little bit about what I'm doing here in Uzice. Yeah, I'll start about how I came to Serbia. My first time visiting here was about 5 years ago. I was with a group at my church, and we were helping set up a baseball camp and run a baseball camp. So that was a lot of fun, and obviously it didn't take me very long to fall in love with the people here and the culture and just the country in general. Like, the whole country is so beautiful and great. Yeah, so I just continued coming back here year after year, and last March I moved to Uzice. So I've been here for about 13 months. Yeah, I just really, really love how welcoming and kind and generous the people of Serbia are. I really love how family-oriented everyone is in Serbia. Like, it is not like that in the States. I mean, I'm a big family person. I'm from the South, so maybe we're a little more family-oriented. I don't know, but Serbia is still very much family-oriented compared to the United States as a whole. So, yeah, when I moved here, I started working for a non-government organization called Youth with a Mission. So obviously we work with the youth. We've partnered up with one of the schools here in Uzice, and we're just like trying to do like after school programs and stuff like that for people whose parents work and they just have nothing else better to do than to wander the city. So we're really excited about that. And we've been trying to work with the old people home and do things for them because, you know, they're really lonely, and some people just don't have family to visit, or they're not close. So we do things with them. And then one of the biggest things that we're looking to do is open up a cafe. But obviously, like, during this time, it's really put a hold on things. So we'll get back into that once the country opens back up. Yeah, and more about my life here right now. Right at a month ago, I returned to Serbia from Bosnia and Herzegovina, from a trip that I took there. And I've actually been self-isolating for about a month, because after I got back, I started feeling some of the symptoms. I had fever and like a cough, but not a bad cough, sneezing and stuff like that. I just really didn't feel well, so I didn't want to expose anybody else to what could possibly be COVID-19. So yeah, I've been really trying to be entertained in my little apartment. I live alone. So yeah, I just been trying to talk to people so I'm not feeling so lonely, and I do some Bible study and reading books, and of course Netflix. But I'm also like really focusing on trying to learn the language. I've been doing that for about 11 months, language lessons every week. But I've moved that up to like 4 times per week because I have time right now. So yeah, it's all really exciting. And yeah, I just want to thank y'all. I want to thank you as Serbs for having me in your country and welcoming me with open arms and just being really good friends. Like, I love hanging out with y'all. I miss hanging out with y'all so much right now. And yeah, I also want to thank Charlie for inviting me to do a video with y'all. And yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. And if you ever need anything, please just let me know. I would love to help you in any sort of way, whether it's just chatting or like Charlie said a few videos back, like, I don't want anyone to go hungry. I'm not going hungry. Y'all don't let me go hungry when I'm visiting your homes. So I don't want you to go hungry. So please just reach out to me if you need anything. I love y'all.
Hey, ciao, pozdrav svima. My name is Morgan, and I am from the United States, living here in Serbia. I recently came across Charles' channel and saw his call for Americans living here to make a video explaining why they're here and how they're holding up. So I'm thankful for Charles for the opportunity to share what I'm doing here in Serbia, and your videos are awesome, and I'm glad I came across your channel a little bit late to your channel, but hey, better late than never. Anyways, right now I'm drinking Kaisia, I believe it is, from apricot, maybe. It's really good. It was made from some of my really good friends in Beochin. I went to Slava there in November, and I was gifted with this. So I'm drinking it now. Great time to drink some amazing rakia. So thank you to my friends. You know who you are if you are watching this and gave me this rakia. So why am I in Serbia? Well, about a year ago, I applied for a program administered by the US government, specifically the US Embassy here in Belgrade. And what the program does is it brings Americans to come to Serbia to teach or research at universities here in the country. But it also allows for Serbian people to go to the US to study or to research. So if any of you are interested in maybe looking into that program and going to the US, the program is called the Fulbright program. And yeah, so I applied and was fortunate enough to receive the it's called a fellowship, the fellowship to come here to Serbia. And I was sent to Novi Pazar, a city a lot of Serbs have never even been to. And those of you who have been there, I'm sure you know many of the things that it's famous for, which I'll get into in a second. But in Novi Pazar, I've been teaching at the International University of Novi Pazar. I've been teaching English, but also hosting community events at the American Corner, where we practice English or talk about business and entrepreneurship, which is my background, or other things in the local community. My time in Novi Pazar has been incredible. I was a little hesitant at first when I heard that I would be sent there. I didn't know anything about the city. I wasn't familiar at all with what it was like. I thought it would just be some small, out-of-the-way, boring place in the mountains of southwest Serbia, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Novi Pazar is a very dynamic city. It's Serbia's youngest city, so there's a lot, despite the relatively low population, there's a lot of energy in the city, and a lot of young people who are excited for the future and excited to work. And yeah, I just met such amazing people in Novi Pazar, had an incredible time. Unfortunately, because of the coronavirus, my program is now ended, about 3 months early. So I'm actually here in Belgrade. Otherwise, if I was still in Pazar, I would show you my view and the cityscape a little bit, but unfortunately I can't do that now. But I would highly recommend, if you haven't been to Novi Pazar, to go there. Of course they have, because of its uniqueness. Well, what makes Novi Pazar unique is that it's a predominantly Muslim city, the only one to my knowledge in Serbia. So that means that the food there is very, very good, especially the cevapi. All beef cevapi. Another special dish, of course, is mantija, which is similar to burek, but smaller pockets filled with meat instead of having the big pie. They're just small pockets. Great jeans come from Novi Pazar. I never bought any, but everybody tells me that they're amazing there. What else? Yeah, the food is great, but especially the people. As with anywhere in Serbia, the people of Novi Pazar were very welcoming to me, and I was really happy to have met them, and I really hope to be back there very soon. For the coronavirus, I'm here in Belgrade. Similar to Charles, living out this coronavirus dream inside, which I recommend everybody do, so we can get this over with. But with that, živeli, and thanks again, Charles, for having me on the channel. Hope to see you soon. Thanks a lot. Do viđenja. Ciao, ciao.
Oh, man. Morgan and Taylor, I could not have picked two better representatives of the United States of America than you two here in this country. Two just absolutely phenomenal people. So thank you. Glad you're having a phenomenal time here in this country, and you're helping make relations so much better. So good for you. Too bad we're in isolation, or we could all get together and just talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of living in the Balkan. Anyway, thank you guys for doing that for me. The numbers today, my friends, the numbers have gone up here. 2,447 here in Serbia afflicted. That's up 247 from yesterday. 61 deceased. So God rest their souls. United States of America, 380,000, up 13,000 from yesterday. 11,800 deceased. God rest their souls. I can't wait till we hit that peak, my friends. And then it starts coming down. I wish it would peak and then just drop, the bottom fall out of it, So stay home. God, be miserable like me and all the other intelligent people. Lock yourself in your house. Come on. What's in the news here? Speaking of Novi Pazar, Morgan's in Novi Pazar. The assistant mayor was fired for criticizing President Vučić on Facebook. President Vučić visited Novi Pazar to the medical center along with some donations. He brought donations with him and was discussing it. And I guess afterwards, The mayor's assistant posted on Facebook that he thought the president was politicizing his arrival and those donations, so he was terminated. I mean, seems kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. Krusevac has become a hot spot. Also, this was in the news. Krusevac, that's like in the middle of Serbia, a little south of Kragujevac. Really historic old city. It's become a hotspot for coronavirus. They said that region or that district is Rasina district. It's got 79 confirmed positive cases with 55 in Krusevac. 2,000 people in that little district are in isolation. 51 people are in the hospital in Krusevac. They brought some of them to Niš, the Niš hospital. And by the end of the week, by Friday, the sports hall there in Krusevac is going to be turned into a temporary hospital, medical clinic, whatever you want to call it, with 150 capacity. 150 beds are going to be in there. So that's what they're doing there in Krusevac. So all the best for the fine folks in Krusevac. I was there. Beautiful city. I really enjoyed it. Also in the news, no more, if anybody who's confirmed positive for corona with symptoms or without symptoms, you must go to the medical centers here in Serbia. Those temporary ones in Niš, Novi Sad, or Belgrade. Prior, they were allowing people with no symptoms to go home, but no more. You must check into the medical center. That's what the Ministry of Health released today. You know, yesterday, in my segment yesterday, I mentioned these MiG-29 purchases from Russia and Belarus. Everybody commented and said, that's old news, Charles. That article said April 5th, which yesterday was the 6th. But anyway, I read it. It was new after I had released my video from the previous day it came out. And I guess that was from previous time, so forgive me. But he did mark that article as April 5th, 2020. So I wasn't misleading anybody. The reporter just posted that. So my apologies. Sad news. Radomir Antic, Partizan. All the Partizan supporters know him. Misha Tumbash, they're struggling now, huh? Partizan fans have had two big losses here in a week. Here in a few days, actually. Radomir, he played for Partizan for 17 seasons, football coach, and he was also one of two people in history to coach Barcelona and Real Madrid. He passed away yesterday, born the same year as my father, 1948, so God rest his soul. Next, in Belgrade, Dedinje. That's the nice, beautiful part of Belgrade. They have a military hospital, one of the best hospitals in Serbia, I've heard. They said there, they tested 250 people in that hospital, and 67 healthcare workers tested positive for coronavirus. That was nurses, anesthesiologists, surgeons. So wow, those people who are putting their lives on the line to help all of us. If you see one, I was getting ready to say, if you see one, give them a pat on the back. Don't touch them. Stay 2 meters from them and give them a standing ovation or something. That's so sad. 2 nursing homes in Belgrade, unfortunately, have been... 2 nursing homes here have lots of folks inside it. The coronavirus has invaded 2 nursing homes, I should say. I don't know. The way I wrote this is really odd. Coronavirus has been tested positive, or some of the folks in 2 nursing homes in Belgrade have tested positive for coronavirus, unfortunately. One called Stara Pruga. 14 out of 19 residents of that nursing home tested positive for coronavirus. And Live Up to 100. I thought it was kind of a funny name for a nursing home. Live Up to 100 is how the translation is English language. And it said 11 of the residents in there, along with the owner and some of the staff, tested positive. So that's a bad thing to get that into those nursing centers and retirement homes. So all the best to those folks. Air Serbia was in the news also. Air Serbia, they said that they was going to reopen on the 13th of April. This is what they said last month when they closed down Air Serbia because of the COVID-19, of course. But they had a date of reopening of April 13th. They've now changed that to May 1st. So hopefully that works out well. Wizz Air did the same thing. They're doing the same thing, postponing. They were supposed to open also on the 13th of April, but they've postponed it to May 1st. Also, for Air Serbia, they have 6 new routes that we're getting ready to open up June 1st, which would be interesting for me because I like to travel, and these are more one-way flights going to Amman, Jordan, Chisinau. How do you say that? The capital of Moldova. Chisinau, I think. Geneva, Lviv, Rostov-on-Don, and Florence are all going to have direct flights here from Serbia. Anyway, my friends, that does it for today. That's it. Hope you guys are well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks for watching. Listen, real quick, I have received so many messages on, now a lot of you added me on LinkedIn, thank you. But now I've got messages on LinkedIn. I've got comments to answer on YouTube. So many folks added me on my Instagram and Facebook. So I've got like this ungodly amount of messages. So please forgive me. I do my best to reply, but sometimes it's just ungodly. You write to me, I reply, I say, hey, wow, thank you so very much. It's very nice of you. I send it, then you send me another message, and then I got to continue to converse with you along with others. So please forgive me. I do my very, very best. I promise you. Anyway, my friends, ciao, ciao, do widzenia.